All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today, the first game review of the 2022-23 season is upon us. For me and for the channel for this season, a full disclosure here, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We are around 500, and so with I guess a little bit of change. To get 2,000. So again, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to, maybe scrolling upon this video or anything like that, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I really do appreciate that, as always. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to cover this game live. And as for the lines and such, it was pretty much the same. You have Noah Cates with Jackson Cates and Tyson Forster, Owe Lixel with Elliot Dinonier and Zayd Wisdom, Alexi Gendron with Jacob Gaucher and Theo Rochette, Tyler Savard with Mikhail Hutchett and Adam Karashek. Defense was Igor Zamula and Ronnie Adard, Brian Zanetti and Adam Ginning, McKinnon and Felix, and Samuel Urson was in net for this one. So some of these guys were camp invites. Jacob Gaucher, Theo Rochette, Tyler Savard, Mikhail Hutchett, Karashek, who was a defenseman playing the fourth line right wing. McKinnon and Felix, they are also camp invites. You had the Zamula Adder pairing together in this one. As for Zanetti and Ginning, they were together as well. So obviously you have some more of the Flyers draft picks in there, and then you also have Samuel Urson in net, who was great in this game overall. Stopped 36 of 37 shots. Give up one goal, which was off of a turnover at center ice. Rangers came down the other way, scored on 5-hole. But besides that, the Flyers' overall play in this game wasn't great. Their 5-on-5 play was sloppy for majority of the game. It felt like they kind of didn't really get. It took a while for them to at least get like crisp pass out of the zone. Again, obviously it's different because when you're rookies and those guys want to win these games, and it's also the same kind of thing of having a bunch of guys that have only been in this camp, and probably some of them are nervous as well. I mean, again, they have a lot of invites and things like that. They played last night. They ended up winning that game 2-1. They win this game 5-1. They only had 15 shots on net, and they scored 5 goals. The Flyers actually went up 2-0 in the first period. It took them a while to even get a shot on net. Zayd Wisdom was probably the most noticeable Flyer on the forecheck for majority of the start of this game. His first shift, he went right behind the net and hit somebody. But besides that, the shots were 8-0 Rangers at one point. They were kind of just cycling. Urson made some good saves. He kept the Flyers in it. They had a lot of sloppy breakout passes. The Rangers were just very quick on the forecheck. Flyers felt like they were kind of puck watching a little bit. For majority of this period, Zamula would end up getting the Flyers on the board, though. 1-0, which was a really nice pass by Forster to get it in. Just to get it to him. Jackson Cates had the second assist there. That was the only real chance of the game. Zamula had a shot on net before that was sticked out by Dylan Grant and ended up going out of play. It wasn't considered a shot on goal. I wasn't really sure why. It looked like it was going to go. It was going to go wide anyway. But I was surprised that they didn't call it. They didn't register as a shot. So technically it was the second shot on net, but it's registered as the first. So the Flyers would score on their registered first shot of the net of the game. Then right after that, Forster would take a penalty. Flyers would go on the penalty kill. Good penalty kill. The Flyers did a good job on the PK. They went 5 for 5. Two things I noticed with the penalty kill: they kept everything to the outside and they clogged up the middle as much as possible. Urson had a couple good saves. Flyers did a good job clogging the middle, like I just mentioned. So overall, they kill that one off. Owe Lixel would score later in the period to make it 2-0. Just a beautiful shot where Mama hides the cookies up top, right from the corner board and right off the face-off there, and then they score. And then Ronnie Adard would get a delayed game penalty with 22 seconds left. And then that minute 38 would carry over to the second period, where the Flyers didn't have the worst second overall. They scored 2 more goals in this period. 2 kind of plays going in the net, feeding guys. And, again, just not really many chances in general. Again, they only had 15 shots the whole game. I believe they had 4 in the first, 6 in the second, and then 5 in the third. So that was really it. The Rangers hit a post early. They had some back and forth play. Again, the Rangers were cycling. They had more of their chances and looks. Urson was keeping the Flyers in it early in this one as well. Then Owe Lixel would take a penalty. Noah Cates scores shorthanded off a beautiful pass from Jackson Cates' brother. They've had to have done that maybe 1,000 times because it looks like that Jackson knew exactly where Noah was going, and they're just bam, slam dunk, 3-0. 4-4 a little bit Edford on two offsetting interference calls. Forrester had a nice chance off the rush. That was pretty much it though for the most part. And then Wisdom would score later in the period to make it 4-0. Great pass by Owe Lixel to get it to him, who I thought had a pretty solid game tonight. Had a goal, 2 assists. Just overall, seems like he's clicking. He's most likely going to be a Phantom this year. And overall, he seems like he can really shoot the puck. I've said that before, and he definitely highlighted that on that goal. Third period would start here. It was again not a great second overall just by playing, but again the Flyers had a 4-0 lead in this one. Ursan was great. He kind of mentioned that he wanted to get that adversity and that kind of I guess you could say that kind of show that he can kind of play. Flyers after that had a really nice passing play in tight. Adder was involved. He just missed Karashek. They could have made it 5-0 right there. They had more territorial play early in the third period, more looks at the net as well. Not as many shots, but at least looks at the net. Ronnie Adder would score later in this period on a power play goal, which was just a bullet. They ended up getting set up with around 20 to 25 seconds left, and Adder scored through a screen. So, again, it was a great shot as well. But overall, again, really solid period, and just really solid kind of end of the game, if I'm being honest with you. I thought the one thing that they did a good job was clogging the middle for the most part. They didn't have the best game overall, 5-on-5. Again, only 15 shots, not as much zone time. The Rangers kind of dominated in both of those areas. But, again, they battled, and they stuck together. They scored 5 goals, and they scored on their chances. I mean, they only had 15 shots, but they scored when they should have. And that kind of shows you, too, that they have some skill as well, where you're able to kind of maybe when you don't have as many chances, they at least scored on the quality ones. And example, the Samula play where he was essentially wide open, picks the top corner. A couple minutes before that, too, Zamula had a chance at the point. That shot actually got blocked, so he ended up making up for that. Again, the Owe Lixel goal, which was a beautiful shot from the corner. And Ian Laperriere said this post-game as well that, some of the goals he scored were really nice. And I actually asked head coach Ian Laperriere about the performance from Sam Ersson, so here's his answer there.
Older, like always 23, and you get other kids that are 18, 19 years old, so it's a good experience for them, and hopefully they realize that in pro hockey you might have an off night, but you have to keep working and battle through it.
I was curious your thoughts on Sam Ersson. It seemed like he got better as the game went on.
It's great. It's not that it wasn't a plan, believe it or not. I know, but it's almost great for him to see that many shots from all angles. They were shooting from everywhere. They had great chances, and for a guy who hasn't only played 4 games in the past year, I think I'm not a goalie coach. It's above my pay grade, but I think it's perfect for him to see that many pucks today. And he looked great. He looked really good, and he's going to build on that, which is great for us.
There's a lot to figure out on who's where.
So obviously you just heard from Ian Laperriere. He obviously joked a little bit that he played tonight, but still, it showed that Ursan had a really solid game. For the first time in a handful of years, we see Ursan play, and unfortunately he's dealt with injury and all that different stuff, but I think that kind of solidified him as a good showing, and at least for him, it's more of, he can kind of battle in camp now and kind of have that kind of chip on his shoulder that, hey, he had a solid game here in the rookie game. See how he kind of goes, how he plays moving forward. But first game of the 2022-23 season in the books here for myself. And at least the game review in general, since obviously I was not at last night's rookie game. But again, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Check out the Flyers fan club as well, and I will talk to you guys again soon.